University, Z-Bar,
Canton, we're tied!
Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Tsunami Express Car Wash, Steamfitters Local 601, Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Josh Minan, attorney at Cannon and Dunphy.
Being a counselor at law means being a trusted advisor in our client's time of need. When I meet people that have been hurt in an accident, there's usually a lot going on in their lives. Our role at Cannon and Dunphy is to take a lot of that off their plate and handle it for them. Not only do we offer legal expertise, but also heartfelt support to help those who've been wrongfully injured. That's what we do.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit oawspinecenter.com.
Are you an HVAC service tech with 5 years or more of experience? Ready to take your career to the next level? Steamfitters Local 601 offers customized training programs designed to help you advance, earn higher pay, and enjoy better benefits. With a clear path to success, you'll get the skills you need for a brighter future. Don't wait. Contact Steamfitters Local 601 today and start your journey toward a rewarding career with more opportunities. Visit steam601.org to learn more. Steamfitters Local 601, keepers of the craft, powering Wisconsin.
Get everything you need for your automotive care at Menards. No matter where the road takes you, your engine will be ready with Pennzoil Motor Oil. Pennzoil has been pioneering motor oil for 110 years. Pennzoil Full Synthetic Motor Oil provides enhanced engine wear protection and helps prevent sludge and deposit buildups to keep you on the road. Check out all of our Pennzoil products in store and check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee at the Avenue. Here is your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
How great is 8? The streak hits Ryan Braun length. The Crew win 3-2. Another well-played, all-facets game for the Brewers that we've come accustomed to over the last week plus. Their 8th win of the year, season high, 5 games above 500, and some more tidbits and nuggets to get to here on Brewers Extra Innings. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine is here too, but first, let's get you caught up to speed in case you missed it with the highlight recap.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
Brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is done!
Time for tonight's highlights.
Brady Singer getting the ball for the Cincinnati Reds, a right-hander against Aaron Civale for the Brewers. And, well, Civale didn't get off onto a great start. A leadoff double, an RBI single by Ellie De La Cruz, then another bunt squeeze surprise single from Spencer Steer had it 2-0 Reds with runners on second and third and only one out. I mean, this had a chance of getting out of hand in a hurry, but Civale hunkered down, struck out Benson, and got Trevino to pop out to keep it 2-0 Reds after one inning. And the Brewers avoided the shutdown frame in the very next inning. With one out, Frelick lined a single into left center. Then Monasterio doubled into left center field to put runners on second and third. Bowers drew a walk. And then at the bottom of the order, you always got to make it work and make it pay when the 9-hitter draws a walk.
Here's the 3-1 to Ortiz, and that is low, and Ortiz draws the bases-loaded walk. Brewers on the board. It is 2-1 Reds. Bases remain loaded.
Singer has struggled all season with runners on base, not just runners in scoring position. Opponent batting average jumps by more than 80 points whenever the team has men on base against him. And furthermore, top of the order now, second look, better contact. Terang does the job still with the bases loaded.
1-1 pitch is a fly ball into left. Benson coming in and makes the catch medium depth. Tagging is Monasterio. Coming down the line, the throw is cut off. Monasterio's going to score. Now Bowers in a rundown, and he's going to be eventually tagged out On his way back to second, it was Lux that applied the tag, and the inning is over. But the Brewers do get it tied on a sac fly off the bat of Bryce Terang.
So not only do you tie it, you avoid the shutdown inning, and you hand the ball back to Aaron Savali, who gets out of another jam in the second inning, leaving a 2-out walk and a 2-out single stranded against Elly De La Cruz, thanks to a nice play from Joey Ortiz. Now we go to the fourth inning, as Savali is rolling, or rather in the third inning, I should say. The Brewers still getting more looks at Brady Singer, and it's the hottest hitter in the Brewers order right now. It's the captain. It's a 9-game hitting streak. It's Christian Yelich.
3-2 to Yelich. Breaking ball hammered deep into center field. Friedel's going back, turning at the warning track, watching it sail at the wall. It's way out of here. Man, Christian Yelich just keeps on doing it. That was a bomb of epic proportions off the batter's eye in center field in Cincinnati. And the Brewers have taken the lead for the first time tonight, 3-2 in the third.
StatCast said it was 417 feet. I'm not buying it. We need to check the robots on that one. If you're looking for offense, there wasn't any more the rest of the game. Savali would work into the sixth inning. He allowed an infield hit, but then when the lefty came up Will Benson, Pat Murphy went to Rob Zastryzny. Then with another man reaching, Zastryzny got out of the sixth. The bullpen wheels were churning in a one-run game. In the seventh, it was Jared Koenig. He had to face Elly De La Cruz, though, after a cardinal sin of a 2-out
The
walk.
left-handers, 3-2 coming. Swing and a miss. He got him. It was a curveball down low. Elly chased ball 4, and Jared strikes him out to end a scoreless seventh inning. Came from 3-0 behind in the count to do it. Ortho ASAP. Strikeout number 2 for Jared.
Josh Mauer's call. Then in the eighth, more bullpen love for Abner Uribe. Man, he has been on fire these last
Here's
two games.
Here's the 1-2. And that time he went around. It didn't matter. A called strike. Strike 3 on Connor Joe. Abner Uribe pumps his fist as he jogs off the mound and adds a little skip into it as he heads into the Brewers dugout.
And then all that's left is Trevor McGill to end it in style for the 8th straight
McGill
win.
brings home the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Trevor McGill with a 1-2-3 ninth. And the Brewers have won 8 straight with a 3-2 victory in Game 1 of this series here tonight in Cincinnati.
They're now 3-1 against the Reds this season and on a roll with the 8-game winner. We'll break it all down next with Jerry Augustine. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. 855-616-1620 on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Save big money on everything now at Menards. Keep your garage, basement, or workshop clean with a new wet dry vacuum from Shop Vac. It's not only perfect for the garage, but also works great for everyday messes around the house. Save big on Shop Vac when you shop at Menards. Check out all our Shop Vac products in store. And don't forget to view our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Summerfest is almost here. The music, the food, all the things that make Summerfest great.
And we are going to send you to all 9 days.
Keep it tuned to WTMJ for your chance to win tickets to every single day of Summerfest. We'll have your opportunity on Wisconsin's Morning News. Go to Summerfest on us.
Happy Summerfest from all of us here on WTMJ.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find in stores at your local CVS, Meijer, Grocery, Amazon, or newnordicusa.com.
Brewers and Padres action is coming at you June 6th through the 8th. Catch an electric weekend of baseball as 2 of the game's youngest superstars square off. The first Friday game of June means Wisconsinites can grab half-off tickets to the Brewers series opener on the 6th, then score one of the top giveaways of the season, a Jackson Churio replica jersey presented by Chevrolet for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates June 7th. Get seats at Brewers.com.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian designed recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases. And it's free. Stop in today and save during our Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown Mattress Factory showroom.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win again. We got a lot to talk about. Another quality one-run win and another come-from-behind win for the Brewers. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Former Brewers pitcher Jerry Augustine is with us, too, and I want to remind you that Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you all season long by Fifth Third Bank. If you're looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. They've got a local team right here in Milwaukee that know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise in local decision-making that all helps your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. I see the phone call on the line. We'll get to you in just a moment there, Matt. But, Augie, I got to welcome you in here first because a stat that really kind of blows my mind right now is the fact that this edge has been found for the Brewers, that they started the season 0-13 when their opponent scored first in the game. And now, over their next 13 games, in such instances, they're 6-7, including tonight. This team is able to come from behind again. They're able to trust somebody different, it seems, every single night. And that's how you win 8 games in a row. You got to find new ways to win, and the Brewers had to grind it out, score early, and hang on for dear life down at the stretch.
Yeah, the first thing I was going to ask you, Dom, hey, do you think they found the edge yet? I'll tell you what, this club is just going out and playing really good baseball. And you talk about this team collectively playing all three phases of the game real well. You got your pitching, hitting, and defense. And when you say that every night, it doesn't mean that you score a ton of runs every night. It doesn't mean that you pitch very well every night, but they all complement each other. And I think when you look at this ball club, the way they've been on the defensive side, the offensive side, the way they swung the bat in Philadelphia, the way they pitched in Philadelphia against a very good offensive ball club coming in tonight. Savali really went out and didn't have his good stuff to start the game, but he made the adjustment and used his breaking ball efficiently. I'll tell you what, the Brewers have found the edge, and they found the edge in all three phases of the game.
I mean, when you look at this stretch for the Brewers, specifically with the pitching, Augie, I thought Tim Dillard brought up a really fun note at the end of the broadcast. So this stretch now goes back to Sunday, May 18th against the Twins. Not just the winning streak, of course, but the fact that the Brewers have now won 8 in a row and also 13 of their last 16. But the crazy part is, in all 13 of those 16 wins, all 13 wins, there has been a different winning pitcher in each of them. Freddie Peralta, Abner Uribe, Logan Henderson, Carlos Rodriguez, then Jared Koenig, D.L. Hall, Rob Zastryzny, then you have Tyler Alexander, Quinn Priester, Chad Patrick, Nick Mears, and tonight Aaron Savali. 13 different winning pitchers. Every single one of them has made their impact.
Yeah, and that just shows you collectively how this pitching staff has really come together. You know, you look, are they 100% healthy? No, they're not 100% healthy yet. But the guys who are in the starting rotation with Freddie and Savali and Patrick and Priester and Quintana now, they're going out and they're keeping the team in the ballgame. But I think that one thing that's really made a big difference here, Dom, and I think you may agree with me, when you look in this bullpen, ever since they were able to get Ashby and Hall back, those are your multi-inning guys. Those are the guys that can start. They can go multi-innings. They can go out 2 lefties that have really good stuff. But it's the other guys in the bullpen. But yeah, McGill is your closer. That's the one guy. But you take the next five guys with Koenig and Uribe and Mears. and Anderson and Zazinski. You take Zazinski, whatever you take those guys, Murph now can go and play matchup. He played matchup tonight. He played matchup in that 6th inning by bringing in the Z-Man to get an out, and he got the out. He made some really good pitches. He's got that ability from when that game hits that 6th inning, he can do some pretty special things because he has such a strong bullpen. And I think that has a lot to do with it on the pitching side of it. The swinging the bat, yeah, we can talk about their hitting and what it's done. But on the pitching side of it, I think that's been a big difference in the way this ball club has gone, is those 6 guys in the bullpen, he can utilize them, he can match up, and it's really paid off.
I agree, especially Pat Murphy front. I thought tonight was one of the best games that Murph has managed all season. Let's get to the phone lines, 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Matt from Cincinnati, you're live here on Brewers Extra Innings.
Hey, Dom. Hey, Augie. First off, thank you guys for taking my call. I've been listening to your show now for a couple of years, and you guys have the best analysis of any show out there, so appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you, Matt.
But just wanted to say, got to go live the game with my kids today, and getting to watch that leverage bullpen, there is nothing like watching Abner or McGill come out there live. Just a calm presence on the mound. I mean, just absolutely impressive. That last knuckle curve to strike him out, I mean, it was just incredible. So a lot of fun today, and hope to keep winning.
Yeah, I agree. I love it, Matt. I hope you enjoyed the game with the kiddos. Always fun to bring it out and have some hometown flavor, I guess, for Brewers fans on the road. I mean, I think he's right there, Augie, too, sticking with the pitching theme, and specifically in that last at-bat, because we saw a couple 2-out rallies not come to fruition for the Reds today, right? I think of the one in the 2nd inning when Ellie grounded out, another one in the 7th when Ellie struck out. Then you had 2 men on for Zastryzny, and he got Espinal to ground out. If he had let the 9-hitter Hampson get on there in the 9th inning, and then you bring up Friedel and Lux, and you're just flirting with disaster of getting closer to that guy, Ellie De La Cruz. The first pitch of that at-bat, Augie, was a bounced curveball, and then he came right back, fired another one for a strike, and ultimately ended the game on that same pitch, too. That's a guy that's found confidence with that curveball, and understand he needs it to get guys out. It's not just 100 miles an hour anymore. You need to have 2 weapons in the big leagues.
I agree with you. I think one thing that really has a lot to do with this is Contreras and Haas behind the plate. I think they take charge of those pitchers. They talk to them. They have to say, stay with me. I'm going to get you where you've got to go. And this all dates back. Do you remember when I was back several games ago when Uribe was out there and they were just missing and he was really frustrated out on the mound? Who came to the mound? Contreras walked out the mound. You could see him talking to him. Rice Hoskins came in and they talked to him. They made some adjustments. Ever since that, Uribe's been fantastic. I think it goes the same thing when you look at McGill. I think McGill said, they walk out there and say, you stay with me. You may throw a bad one. I might call it again. He did it tonight on 2 occasions where he threw a breaking ball in the dirt, came right back with it, and threw a pretty good one. So I think these guys behind the plate understand that, hey, you have confidence in us, have confidence in what you do out there. Relax, throw the pitches that we call. Things are going to work out. And I think the catchers, you really got to pat them on the back, because I think they have called excellent games, not only for when McGill and Uribe are out there, but for everybody when they're out there. Really make some really quality pitches at times when they have to. I give a lot of credit to those catchers because they really called a good game.
I agree entirely. Let's talk a little offense. We got to talk about Christian Yelich. We can't be this far into the program and not talk about Yelich. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620 on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, reminding you to double-check your home. Siding Unlimited is the proven exteriors professionals for 31 years. Family-owned and locally operated right here in Wisconsin. Call Siding Unlimited and visit sidingunlimited.com.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Abby Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
I gave it a shot, and I came in and had the procedure done. To me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Welcome back. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine here too. Brewers win 3-2. 8 consecutive wins. We're talking about it here on WTMJ. This one from Doug. Back to the tight high wire act, but I don't care as long as they win. Is this 2018 or 2025? And this is the Yelich. I remember his back surgeon is a genius. Well, 13 home runs now for Christian Yelich. 111 off the bat to dead center field. He has not had 13 home runs in his first 58 games since the 2019 season. And that's the only season, the juiced ball season. So when you think about it, what Yelich's doing, obviously he should have won MVP that year too, but when you think about what Yelich's doing with such a slow start, and we've talked about it for multiple months at the start of this year, as bad as it was going, there were still areas that you could point to improvement, and the top of that list was wait until Christian Yelich gets going. He's on a 9-game hitting streak. Yes, he's still on a 9-game hitting streak because yesterday his only plate appearance was a hit by pitch. If your only plate appearances don't technically count as at-bats, you get to continue your hitting streak. So he's on a 9-game hitting streak. He's hitting nearly 500 over this streak. He's up to 13 home runs to lead the team. He's suddenly a candidate to be a home run derby. I know some fans, maybe pondering that thought as well, but all of a sudden, this offense is really 1 through 6. Maybe not 6. Maybe 1 through 5. And Terang depends on the day. Chourio can go yard at any time. Contreras can go yard at any time. Yelich can go yard at any time. Hoskins can go yard at any time. Even Bowers can go yard at any time. So I'm saying, with Yelich in the middle of this, it feels like a big league dangerous lineup. And what I mean by that is, okay, any one of these guys can change the scoreboard, and also there's gravity. I got to avoid having base runners on for that guy, and that guy is Christian Yelich.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Dom. You know, I was chuckling as you were going to break because it was a couple of weeks ago, you and I were talking about Christian back and forth and trying to figure out where he was struggling. He was going after pitches tight on him, and then they threw the ball up and away, and he was having some struggles with it. That's not Christian Yelich right now. You see a guy who's relaxed at the plate. You saw him tonight lay off of pitches on the inner part of the plate, up and in where he would go to. I saw him lay off a couple pitches up and away where he'd try to fight it off and go away. You don't see him going after his pitches. More relaxed, a better idea of the strike zone. And now what pitchers are doing, they're trying to make better pitches on him, and they make mistakes, and he's driving the ball and hitting the ball out of the ballpark. I just like the way he's hitting the ball to all fields. Christian Yelich is the best hitter as a Christian Yelich when he hits the ball to all fields. And we've seen home runs to center, home runs to right, we've seen home runs to left. When he's doing that, using the whole field, he is a much better hitter. But I agree with you. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. When Christian gets going, it's going to be a different offense. I'll tell you what, Christian's gotten going, and this is a different offense.
And when you look at it, the Brewers, they didn't tear the cover off the ball today. They didn't even have all that many, hard hit balls aside from Yelich today, though, too. And they only had one other extra base hit, Monasterio's double in the second inning. But what they did do is they forced Singer to work deep counts. In the first 3 innings, all 3 frames were over 20 pitches long. And in that third inning in particular, right, Chourio has an 8-pitch battle. He ends up popping out. Contreras has a 6-pitch battle. He ends up grounding out. And Yelich, it was the sixth pitch of his at-bat to hit a slider out to center field. And that's what the Brewers do best, is when, a season ago we were talking about how great the Brewers were at working counts and that they had the most pitches per plate appearance in the big leagues. And this year it's a little skewed because of how much Jackson Chourio was swinging at early pitches. But this year, in their pitches per PA, it's a little less, but marginally, because this is decimal points when you're talking at this point. But the big thing the Brewers are doing differently this year as opposed to last year is they're actually slightly more aggressive, specifically with not being afraid to put the first pitch in play. Now, they still swing at the first pitch less than other teams maybe perhaps, but it's still a higher rate than what they've done a season ago. And specifically when the Brewers put the first pitch in play, so this excludes swings and misses, this excludes foul balls or take pitches, that sort of thing, the Brewers are one of the top 10 teams in baseball. So what I see from this team is the mixture of, they can draw a walk, they're going to work counts, and the moment that teams try to draw that out of the team, the Brewers, yes, there are some short innings here, but they're not afraid to swing first pitch there either, right? The Brewers are a team that says, oh, you're giving me a first pitch fastball for a strike, you're not getting it back, and they're a club that understands that teams may try to take advantage of them early in counts.
Yeah, there's no doubt when you talk about it, situation adjustments. Sometimes you just understand that, hey, you know what this guy's going to do, a reliever coming in the game or a guy in a situation where he's been struggling, he's probably going to come with his number one pitch or a pitch that's he's going to try to throw for a strike. The Brewers take advantage of that early in the count, but there's times when they have to wait. The one thing about when you're playing a team like Cincinnati and you're having the winning percentages that you have over this ball club in the last 56 games or whatever it has been, the 41 out of the last 56 games. When you play teams like this, you go out and you score early. The Reds went out, scored 2 in the first. What do the Brewers do? They pop right back in the second and tie the ball game. That is huge when you're playing teams like this because these teams understand that, hey, we got a lead 2-0. Let's hold on to it for a little while and we'll get some momentum and score more runs. They didn't allow them to do it. They came right back in that second inning, had some good at-bats, scored 2 runs, were right back in the ball game, and then Christian hit the home run, and it was all the bullpen after that. So this club has been making some really good adjustments, Dom, depending on situations, depending on counts, depending on who's in the ball game, and when they swing, whether they take pitches, go deep in the count, or will go up there and be aggressive and swing at the first pitch.
This is a club that is feeling dangerous, and there's no other way to put it right now. They've been on a roll. We got to talk a little bit more of just about overall, some nuggets, some thoughts from this one as well. One more segment with Jerry Augustine in a moment. Right after this, 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620 on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
You'll find that the licensed and certified electricians from Quality are top-notch. We've been around for over 60 years, so expect nothing but the best. And here's the kicker. With over 60 vehicles out there on the roads, you're not going to have to wait very long at all for the electrical service you need now. This is Anthony Zanevsky. For all your residential electrical needs, call Quality.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. At Quality, we offer the most respected brand names in heating and air conditioning. Armstrong and Carrier. It doesn't get any better. And our technicians are top-notch. I know, because I handpicked every one of them. They're vetted and thoroughly trained. Hey, they're the cream of the crop. And that's why our quality workmanship guarantee is the strongest in the business.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value add work so you can focus on what truly matters. Growing your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
If you could spend 1 month anywhere, where would you go?
Easy. I'd go to bed.
I mean anywhere in the world.
Precisely.
You'd spend the entire month in bed?
Specifically, a new Tempur-Pedic from Hasselus mattress.
Why?
Because I can take 60 months to pay for it. Through Monday, get 60 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card.
60 months. That means...
You can buy a Queen Tempur-Pedic Pro Adapt Hybrid with ease adjustable base for just $74 a month.
And I get a $300 MasterCard gift card.
Free next-day delivery and employee-free showrooms, too.
So I can try and buy...
With no pushy sales guy.
Hang on.
What are you doing?
Searching for a travel agent to book a month-long vacation at Hassel's Mattress.
Enjoy 60 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedics through Monday at Hassel's Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards, they're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel, it's a glow up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers get the win. A couple of texts in here. This one from Nick. What a game by the bullpen to make it an 8-game winning streak. I don't remember. But what was the longest winning streak for the Brewers last year? And when was the last time the Brewers lost a series to the Reds? Well, that's a good question. First of all, on the Reds front, the Brewers, in the last 55 games, they are 40, or now 56. They're 41-56 against the Reds, having won 11 consecutive series. As for the Brewers' winning streak, their long a season ago, I believe, was 6, but their long 2 years ago was 9, which is the last time they won at least 8 games in a row. So they're rolling right now. So we talked about the come-from-behind stat from earlier as well. The other note that I think is really interesting about this team is how much they use their bullpen, which isn't that much of a surprise. But the Brewers now, they added 3 more outings today with Koenig, Uribe, and McGill all pitching on 0 days rest. And when you look at it, the Brewers lead Major League Baseball in games in which their relievers are coming in with a back-to-back on 0 days rest. And the team in second is now 15 games back. So this team is obviously leaning on the bullpen quite a bit. Do you worry at all, Augie, that you're redlining it a little too soon here, nearing the 62-game mark, because there's still a lot of season to go?
You know what's interesting, Dom, is to see when they get 100% healthy with the starting rotation. You look at Savali. It looked like Savali's goal today was to go 6 innings. If he can go to 6 innings, that shortens the game down for 3 innings out of the bullpen. I think once we get healthy, and we got Freddie, who a lot of times should be that guy who can go 6 and even 7 at times to go in the ball game. Quintana has proven that he can. He's been a little bit shorter, but he's the kind of guy, if things go right, he can go. I think what Murph is doing, he has to use his bullpen now in order to play the way they're playing. He's got those 6 guys in the bullpen that are just throwing the ball fantastic. I think he's just waiting for everybody to get healthy. When you get everybody 100% healthy, you have Freddie and Savali and all these guys going deeper in the ball game. You got guys like Patrick and Preacher and those guys going deeper in the ball game. I think that's really going to help. He's waiting for that. But right now, the way the situation dictates it, he's got to go to that bullpen a little bit early. Do I think it hurts this ball club? No. I think when you got guys like Ashby and Hall that are throwing the way they can and give you those extra innings, that can kind of eliminate sometimes when your bullpen's overused. So I think the way Murphy's got it set up, I think he's got the best of both worlds, with those 6 guys being as strong as they are in short parts of the game, but having Ashby and Hall that can go multi-innings.
I bet we see Ashby in tomorrow's game, too. And I was thinking about getting Ashby into this game with the way that first inning was going today and how important he was going to be. But now you've got him available tomorrow to follow Freddie Peralta. It's an ace-off tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's going to be a great one. Hunter Green's been fantastic to start this season. When you look at this Brewers offense, and yes, they had the 17 runs the other night against the Phils, which is all dandy and good. That's an outlier. When you look at this 8-game winning streak, here's their run totals over it. 6, 3, 5, 6, 6, 5, and then 3 today. That is excluding that 17. You're not 2 wins in there with 3 runs is certainly helpful, and quite frankly, that first 5 could have been 2 if it was just a base hit instead of a grand slam for Christian Yelich. The point is, the Brewers are a team that they can win without needing to score 7, 8, 9 runs in a game because their pitching is that good. Now, I'm never going to complain about having offense, but when you're preparing to face a bona fide ace once again tomorrow, right? The Brewers beat up on an ace in Jesus Luzardo. They beat up on an ace in Garrett Crochet. Now they get another one tomorrow with Hunter Green. It's no big deal to them. That's what the edge we're talking about from earlier in this show.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think, this is our second series against Cincinnati. I'll tell you what, Francona's a very smart manager. He understands it. Did you notice early in the ball game, soon as Savali went out of the game, he started substituting and doing matchups, going to left to right-hand hitters. He knew that he got to keep the upper hand against this ball club. He knows that once that Brewers got 3-2 and they got that lead, he's got to do everything he can either to get the game tied or get ahead and let his bullpen take over, because he knows how strong this bullpen has been in the way they've been pitching. I think Francona is an extremely smart manager. I think it's going to be interesting to watch the next 2 games how he manages if he gets that opportunity in a situation earlier in the ball game to do a pinch hit to try to get that lead or try to get up on the Brewers, because he knows once those Brewers get on top, they got those lethal weapons in the bullpen that they're going to be tough to score against.
Yep, I agree entirely. Jerry Augustine joining us on WTMJ. We will talk to you again tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be 9 in a row for the Crew.
It's going to be a great matchup. Hunter Green and Peralta, does it get any better? Freddie's always pitched well in Cincinnati. It's going to be interesting to see how he does, but great matchup tomorrow night. It's going to be fun game to watch.
It's 8 straight scoreless innings for the Brewers after the 2 runs in the first. Thank you, Augie.
We'll be with you tomorrow night.
All right, back with more after this. But first, I want to thank our friends at Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Since 1912, Cider's been your go-to for home comfort, and through the end of June, you can take $10 off your AC tune-up. Call Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, or schedule online at Cider, SEIDER.com. A text about William Contreras, a little beyond the box score. We'll hear from Murph a little bit later as well. Stay with us on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, Cider.com.
He told us to load 4 yards into his 8-foot bed, but we knew that 3 full, honestly measured yards were going to fill his truck bed to the rim. After we proved that, he told us the other guys have been telling him he's been getting 4 yards in there for years. Honest measurements and honest folks who just want to do you right. So you come back. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. We did the math. When you buy bagged mulch from the big guys, you pay $50 a yard. Why pay more for inferior mulch? When you buy from Erickson's, you'll get premium mulch for almost half the cost. And you'll see that even our economy mulch is better, for less than half the cost of bag mulch. And either choice is made with premium colorant that lasts longer. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
For those with a warm weather fashion passion, try St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, because that's where you'll find a vast array of men's, women's, girls, and boys' warm weather apparel at the friendliest prices. So many choices, and at such a value. You can fill the closet without draining your wallet. Shop warm weather fashions at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
As the Brewers win 3-2 the final today. Text here asking, what's the lay of the land for William Contreras? Extension? Wait him out? What's the deal with Jefferson Caro? So, first and foremost, on the William Contreras front, William has still the rest of this season and 2 more full seasons of control in the arbitration process. The Brewers, with catchers in particular, extensions are wary for most teams. So he will be entering free agency in 3 years when he will be 30 years old. And if he keeps on this pace, someone is going to pay him handsomely. Granted, this year his power numbers are way down. Part of that has to do with his broken finger. But at the same time, when you think about Caro, he has had some serious injury concerns to this point after the missing all of last year with a labrum. Then he was slow to get back to action this season due to a hamstring strain coming out of spring training. He just now returned to the minor leagues. He's only in the complex league still. He's only played 11 games. He's hitting the ball well. I mean, granted, he is 22 years old and an advanced prospect and facing now pitchers way younger than him. So I'm excited to see when he gets transferred to AAA, perhaps, to see him against better pitching once again as he continues to rehab back to health. But the other thing about him is that he's only caught 8 games of those 11, so they're still working on him getting back to full strength. And the last thing that we'll monitor, too, is the stolen base numbers, because, his arm was one of his best tools, Caro's. On the extension front, I just don't see it happening right now. I don't think it's even being brought up from either party right now. I would bet William would like to go to test free agency, but you never know. It takes 2 to tango. These are things that, with catchers, it gets a little hairier, and what Cal Raleigh just got, that certainly is something that's easy to compare to. But granted, Cal Raleigh is now leading Major League Baseball in home runs. Cal Raleigh, same thing, would have been a free agent in 2028, just signed an extension, and is somebody that the Mariners are very, very excited about, and has won a Gold Glove. So keeping that all in mind, I just don't think now is the time, and I think that's in both parties' camps with a William Contreras extension. But on that front, on the away from the field front, so the Brewers have Brandon Woodruff going tomorrow. We'll react to it tomorrow in the post-game show tomorrow, but it could be his last one. And we've talked about it plenty, that what do you do when Woodruff returns? Because he would return, if this goes well tomorrow, to the big league roster next homestand. Is Chad Patrick getting optioned? Is there a trade in the works? Is something we don't foresee going to happen? A 6-man rotation? I doubt that. But if Chad Patrick shoves again this weekend, right, against the Padres, how do you tell him no more? So that's something we will certainly monitor as well. One last thing from today's game that I thought was kind of an anomaly. It's not beyond the box score, it's in the box score. The Brewers technically didn't have an at-bat today with a runner in scoring position because they loaded the bases with a walk, right? So that they hit the double from Monasterio. That put runners on second and third. That was their first plate appearance with the runner in scoring position. They went walk, sac fly. And that was it. So let's get a little more offense out of tomorrow, but granted, it's Hunter Green. I thought that was funny. They didn't have a single at-bat with a runner in scoring position. After all we talked about this weekend against the Phils. We're here from the manager, Pat Murphy. That's coming up next. Brewers win. Good vibes. 3-2. It's 8 in a row on 620 WTMJ.
Rivals meet again when the Brewers battle the Cardinals June 12th through the 15th. Be here for a duel between the Contreras brothers on the diamond and stay for one of the best weekends of the summer. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian designed recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases. And it's free. Stop in today and save during our Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown Mattress Factory showroom.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
The mother of Sade Robinson walks in completely exhausted. It was just devastating.
Entertainment.
Actor Brad Morris.
Some people don't believe that birds are real. I'm of the belief that they're real.
And more.
The United States Army, Navy, and Marine Corps were founded in 1775. They're celebrating their 250th birthday.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Outdoor Living Unlimited. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech decking installer. We install anything decks and more. Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Also, Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. It's all paired perfectly with a day at the ballpark and stocked at American Family Field all season long. I'm Tom Cotroneo. Brewers get the win 3-2. Heard plenty from me. Let's hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, after the win.
Yeah, no question. Savali he responded very well after the first inning and made big pitches in the second inning and settled in the third, fourth, and fifth, and very important. And then our Rob Z continues to do the job. And Koenig, Uribe, and McGill very good again.
Seemed like Savali found a really effective curveball as he got deeper into the game.
Yeah, he threw a slider also. He kept him off balance. They know Savali, it's cutter, but he found a nice sequence, and you got to credit William. William Contreras did a great job with him, getting him through that.
Murph, what do you say about Yelich playing with the sore hand, obviously, and delivering the swing that ultimately won you guys the game?
Yeah, he crushed two balls tonight. That sore hand or not, he crushed two balls tonight. So he's living up to his Player of the Week. Outstanding. Boy, it's some good performances. I mean, Ortiz getting on base a couple times, and he didn't end up scoring a run, but he was great.
He also had kind of a tricky play, Murph, that went up the middle with Elliott.
Yeah. Really nice play.
It's kind of a timing. It's like a shortstop.
Mike Vassallo brought that to my attention to make sure that I mentioned it in the post game. Mike gives me little tidbits that you'd be surprised how valuable they are. Mike's a valuable member of our staff. You know what I mean?
What else did he mention tonight?
No, that was it.
That was it?
No. Didn't really watch the whole game. He was updating his notes.
Mark, how much of it too is just like your bullpen being in line, right? Of putting them in good spots during the stretch.
Interesting you say that, because the Priester DL Hall game plus the off day gave us a little bit of a blow. Now here we are again with those three guys going back to back, which puts us in a bind. But they've come through. They really have. They've come through. But we need that. We need starters to go deeper. We need guys to understand that our bullpen's going to get taxed if we keep doing this. But I thought Savali is only his third outing. Is it his third outing? All three outings he's been very good.
Murph, what about 5 straight wins on the road? And you got to sweep at Philadelphia, which is always a difficult part.
No, it's 4 wins on the road, right?
One at Pittsburgh.
Oh, good. Mike came up with another. Hey, Mike, I'm starting to change my mind about you. You're super valuable. Yes, 5 straight. That's a great thought. Yeah, we haven't played well on the road to this point. And, especially when a close one, it's all real important. Play good defense,
Little things add up. It's that simple. If the Brewers continue to play to this standard, and again, this is more like the game we were expecting the Brewers to play all season. Slow, grind them out, hit a homer from one of your pillars, maybe draw some walks, steal some bags. I mean, they didn't even need to steal a base tonight because they didn't get many base runners. But they won. That's a pretty good formula. Take our last break of the show, say goodnight, and talk about a cause near and dear to my heart and maybe your listener hearts as well. Say goodbye after this on 620 WTMJ.
ESPN Wisconsin's Brian Balaga here for my new friends at Surfside. There's only one thing better than Surfside and golf, and that's Surfside iced teas and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course. This golf season, there's no better drink to enjoy on the golf course. Surfside is light, refreshing, and made with real vodka and real brewed tea. Plus, there's only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. Cheers to hitting the fairway, and cheers to Surfside. It's tea time. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Michael Ziegler still doesn't know how that James Bond movie ends. He missed the ending, but his wife made sure he was there for the beginning of something much greater. He says, turn off what might be distracting you so that you can tune in to the new reality Christ brings. Hear Dr. Ziegler's message, Ticket Stubs Turned to Joy, this week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Hey, pilots and aviation lovers, there's nothing quite like making a trip to EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. July 21st through the 27th. Get up close to thousands of aircraft, including the cool military stuff. Learn about the newest innovation, get hands-on with experts, and witness breathtaking daily air shows. No better way to immerse yourself into the world of aviation than by getting to the world's greatest aviation celebration. I'll be there. Get all the details and your tickets now at EAA.org, July 21st through the 27th.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Alrighty, you may have noticed the last couple of days all across Major League Baseball, the number 4 on the front of the jersey and on uniformed personnel, of course, for Lou Gehrig. And today is Major League Baseball's celebration of Lou Gehrig Day, the anniversary of his passing. Of course, ridden by the terrible disease ALS, as we all know it now as Lou Gehrig's disease. But, I'm wearing my Baseball is the Best T-shirt from RotoWear. I think RotoWear does great work. Free ad to them. This is in honor of Sarah Langs. I've talked about Sarah Langs many times. If you're a baseball fan, you know about Sarah Langs as well. She does what I do for FanDuel Sportsnet, where I'm doing stats for FanDuel. She does it for everybody in Major League Baseball. And she is one of the bright lights of this game, even despite facing an awful and heartbreaking ALS diagnosis. She's been fighting the disease for more than 2 years. She is still making appearances. She is still writing notes. She is still sharing the positivity that baseball is the best. She loves Juan Soto, and birthdays are important. There are so many great things about Sarah that we can incorporate into our daily lives one day. That being said, ALS, we all have somebody touched in our lives with ALS. For me, it's Sarah and so many other people that I've been able to interact with along the road. This shirt in particular from RotoWear is available to pre-order. He always sells out every year. You can go to rotowear.com and order it there. And proceeds benefit Project ALS for that one. I think of Boog Shambi down in Chicago with the Cubs. Their friends at Obvious Shirts. They make the End ALS in every colorway T-shirt. Make a great workout shirt for you as well. That Project Main Street, they do great work. Of course, Boog tight with Boston College, and I think of Sal Frelick and the Pete Frates Foundation and Strikeout ALS. I mean, there are so many you can go with. And then lastly, of course, the ALS Association, which is all meant to help the families, and Live Like Lou Foundation, also helping the families that Christian Yelich impacted with his charity concert, and the ALS Association was one of Bob Uecker's near and dear charities, of course, as it struck his family as well. So on this ALS Lou Gehrig Day, just think about some of these organizations that you can give a small part in your philanthropic goals to the 2025 year. So it's a terrible disease. It's unfortunately 100% fatal, and we all know that one day there will be a cure, but the sooner that we can find it and end this horrible, horrible, horrible disease, the better the world will be, and we can keep bright lights like Sarah Langs and so many other talented people in our world. So think about that today. Again, very important day to me and to so many people that I love. That's going to do it for our program tonight. We'll back tomorrow, 6:10 first pitch. Our producer has been Matt Yazel. I'm Tom Cotroneo. Keep on swinging.
Are you over 50 and constantly feeling tired, bloated, or just a little off? Don't